sports, fandom, loyalty. We grew up idolizing and celebrating a lot of people and a lot of things in this American culture. But what if I told you athletes, actors, and musicians, not only do they not know you, but they care nothing about you? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next edition of Dominating Impulse Behind the Lines. In this series, we break down iconic moments from games, movies, and TV shows to give more illustration on why certain things not only age gracefully, but just hit a little harder in the adult years. If this is your first time discovering our channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell because we are this close to gaining 1,000 subscribers, and I want everybody here to be a part of that celebration moment. So in this video, we are going to break down one of my favorite movies, A Bronx Tale. And one of these scenes in this movie hits so hard, you can't even understand it until you're a grown-ass man or woman. Like, that's how iconic this moment is. And it's so simple, but you don't even understand it. So let's dive in. It's a 1993 crime drama filmed by Robert De Niro in his directorial debut. The movie is based on Chaz Palminteri's autobiography, One Man Play, of the same name, which debuted in 1989. Palminteri also wrote the screenplay and played the role of Sonny, the neighborhood mob boss. The film was released on September 29, 1993, and set in 1960s Bronx, capturing the tension between working class Italian Americans, the influence of organized crime, and racial conflicts in New York City. Media and box office performance of this movie, with a budget of $21 million, it brought home 17.3, not a huge success in theaters, but became a cult classic. Rotten Tomatoes score of 97%, widely beloved by fans, and the cultural impact of this movie seems to be hitting and remains relevant today. It actually inspired a 2016 Broadway musical and is a much watch for gangster flick films. This movie is often compared to classics as Goodfellas and Godfathers, and it stands out as a coming of age theme and life lessons, especially the scene we're going to deep dive today. But let's set the stage of this movie. Let's really dive into what's going on here. So a young kid growing up in the Bronx who loves baseball like every other kid his age, idolized Mickey Mantle. If you guys didn't know, Mickey Mantle was one of them in baseball, and the Yankees, whether they're good or bad, have always been the Yankees. So then there's that. But the local mob boss dropped some real life gems on C and his friends throughout the movie. This one scene in the bar as a kid changes everything he knows about life.
Mickey Mantle, is that what you're upset about? Mickey Mantle makes $100,000 a year. How much does your father make?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, see if your father can't pay the rent. Go ask Mickey Mantle and see what he tells you.
Boom. Right there. That line, that bar, that moment. That one line changes everything for C. Because Sonny isn't just talking about Mickey Mantle. Sonny is talking about the way we propel and put celebrities and certain people on pedestals, while us regular Joes and Smos and folks who punch that 9-to-5 clock are struggling with our everyday lives. This moment from A Bronx Tales flips everything we know from American society and pop culture on its head. No longer can we look at our iconic heroes, our iconic musicians in the same light.
Mickey Mantle makes $100,000 a year.
The reason I decided to write this scene for Behind the Lines is last year in Houston, one day before my birthday, we had a natural disaster, a hurricane.
This morning, Hurricane Beryl slamming into Texas, making landfall just south of Houston. The Category 1 storm bringing torrential rain and damaging winds.
For me, that hurricane changed everything philosophically, emotionally, cognitively. My thoughts shifted. 2024 was an election year in America. With that being said, going back to the important line in this scene, Mickey Mantle don't. People want to know, why does this scene in Post hit so hard? Why does this scene resonate so much as a grown-ass man? And I got some gems for you guys. So if you guys didn't know, we fast forward to today's time in 2025. We see people losing their minds over their favorite sports teams. We
Shit, radar already, bro. Hold on. Rams house!
see their people losing their minds if they didn't get a parlay. We see people sending death threats to celebrities via social media if they didn't get a certain gambling result. We see people slowly start to become of the immoral erosion and decay that is American pop culture society. That's why this scene hits and resonates, at least with me. The closing remark of this video goes back to this. The next time you feel like raging out, spazzing out, throwing your controller at the TV, cussing out your friends via social media, remember.
See if your father can't pay the rent. Go with Mickey Mantle, see what he tells you.
Remember this line. Does Mickey Mantle care if you can pay your bills? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another edition of Dominating Impulse Behind the Lines. Comment down below if you feel this message, if you feel this bar. We got a lot more content down the block. Till next time, King of the Podcast, Casual Gamer, the Contrarian. Back with another one. Holler at me. If you watched up into this portion of the video, I would like to thank you. This is for the Deep Cut fans. Welcome to the Impulse Nation. If you want more live action, check us out on Twitch. Name Dominating Impulse Live. If you want more on-demand content and audio, check out our podcast. Same name, Dominating Impulse. The Impulse Nation is growing every day, and we like to welcome everybody to become part of every level of our fandom and content.